Welcome to sports, everybody. The New Providence Softball Association holding its annual general meeting and election of officers last night in the clubhouse at the Blue Hill Sporting Complex. Charles Fisher tells us who secured the top post.
Like students in class, pen and paper in hand, teams and executives mark their X's for Godfrey Gully Burnside, 17 votes to 5 over Henry Dean. This is not the first time Gully will lead the NPSA, but he's what the association needs at this time.
It's a pleasure, and I'm humbled by the decision made by the NPSA. You know, the NPSA has been troubled for a number of years, and as one of those players who have been around the league for more than 35 years, I only feel fitting that I should come and try to assist in trying to build the association back again. And so I'm grateful for that opportunity. A bunch of young men asked me to come back into softball. I didn't want to, but because of the young men, I came back to softball because, you know, young men right now are going awry, and we need to bring them back and have them focus and show them what life is all about.
A man who takes his swing, Gully hopes to bring respect back to the league, which has had its share of turmoil.
The past is the past, and I'm not even going to look back at the past. We'll look at some of the concerns that persons may have, and we'll try to be as transparent and accountable as possible, presenting them the facts and also the documents, and let us move on. I'm saying 2012 will be the year of fun. Let us restore back the good days of having some fun, good, healthy softball. We have a lot of young, talented ball players, and so why should we go around the ballpark angry, all kinds of frustration and so forth because of decision making? Decisions will be made from the Constitution. We will live and abide by the Constitution, and I'm not going to deter from that at all.
And he has a pretty good slate of officers backing him up.
It's a mix of some veterans along with some young persons who we can steer in the right direction to be able to take this organization in another couple of years. And that's what I would have wanted, some young persons to be a part of the executive, to be trained, to be able to move forward and put the organization of Providence Softball Association back in the mode that we used to be all the time. We came here to have fun, and we've taken the fun out of it, and so now the fun will return in 2012.
The 2012 season expected to open sometime in April. For ZNS Total Sports, I'm Charles Fisher.
All right, thanks a lot, Charles. Now, as for the other executives who will join Burnside, first Vice President is Marvin Tugiwood. Second VP is Vernie Curry. Ken Wood is the third Vice President. Fourth VP is Andy Perseni, while Tony Bullard will serve as the fifth Vice President. Secretary is Renee Sunshine Davis. She will be assisted by Angelo Dillett. Treasurer is Jeffrey Henfield. His assistant is Eric Pappy Johnson. Arthur A.J. Johnson rounds out the slate as the head of public relations. Now, just down the road from the Blue Hill Sporting Complex, the 30th Hugh Campbell Basketball Classic continuing last night at the Kendall Isaacs Gym. The Temple Christian Sons and the SC Boodle Dolphins out of Abaco on the court in the final game of the night. Both teams needed a win to stay alive in tournament play.
We picked this one up in the fourth quarter. Temple Christian down by 10. Travis Sawyer, the drive, shot up and in, and the foul. Suns getting back to work here. Jonathan Kelly in the lane. That one drops in. On the other end, John Saunders, the circus shot for SC Boodle. He had a game-high 24. Great teamwork here from the Dolphins. The ball will end up in the hands of Evans Pierre. He goes off the glass. Temple trying to stay within striking distance. Chad Wilkinson, the three-point play. On this night, though, TC would be no match for the Dolphins. SC Boodle comes away with a 54-35 victory.
It's a good game. My team could have played much better. It's their first time playing in an organized tournament. And besides playing in a tournament in Freeport lately, but I have a young team, very inexperienced, and I'm very proud of them. Sunland tomorrow, we played them before. They beat us. We just got to bring our A game. Really and truly, they're not a shooting team, take the ball to the hole a lot. Once we could play solid defense, we could come on victorious.
I didn't think we performed the best of our ability. One of the things we discussed coming into this game was protecting the rebounding. We allowed too many offensive rebounds. We allowed them to get too many fast breaks off of those rebounds. Called a lot of timeouts, told those guys, listen, there was one kid, number 7. He destroyed us. He had at least 20 points just breaking, just on the fast break alone. So, I just felt that there was a lack of intensity tonight. I don't think the guys really came here with the idea that they could win. And so that is, what can you do? You know, you can draw plays as much as you want, but if you don't buy into it, then what could you do?
Now, this is the second year that Marcellus Hall has been helping out with coaching at Temple Christian, and it's still a work in progress.
I thought this year was a dramatic improvement from last year. My junior boys in particular, we won 6 games this year, ran off at 1.5 in a row. So I was very pleased with the way my junior boys progressed. Unfortunately, this is my first year with the senior boys, and so it was a work in progress. I lose 2 of my better players this year, but I think next year with this, I look at a 3-year plan. So I figured 3 years. If I don't get it done in 3 years, I got to call it quits.
Now, there was no rest for the weary. Hugh Campbell officials had to be right back at the Kendall Isaacs gym bright and early this morning as the elimination rounds continued. Our Charles Fisher was courtside.
Family Island teams, not a good day for them. Central Eleuthera gave it their all but fell to Charles W. Sanders 46-40. 2 games, 2 losses for Coach Shervin Coop.
It's kind of sad that we didn't win the games, but we played our best, and we hopefully next year when we do come back, we'll be much stronger, we'll be more wiser, because I'm dealing with a new program, you know, trying to get them to understand the key of playing basketball together as a unit. And it's kind of difficult also, you know, coming from a family island. You know, I've got a team that is spaced out of 5 different settlements. So it's really difficult to get practicing, you know, year-round like how the boys here in Nassau do.
Making their first appearance in the tournament, Spanish Wells All-Age also played 2 games, lost all 2. Coach David Umbrister.
Well, I reckon it went pretty well, you know, but after our first game, we were a little fatigued. We were just getting off the boat and coming straight to Jimmy, being able to be able to go right and play in our first game. The guys were a little fatigued, and most of the guys were a little nervous because it was their first appearance in the tournament of this magnitude.
For both coaches, it was a learning experience.
Right now, we motivate the guys and show them the level of basketball that they need to get at and able to play at the highest level in this country when it comes to high school basketball. It also shows them where they have to improve individually and where we need to improve as a team in order to get to this level of professional basketball in this country.
Being able to play and give it all you got when you go on the court. And also you have to understand that you're finishing your shots and understand that key turnovers will make a change in the games.
One thing is for sure, Spanish Wells will be back, and they hope to come back with more experience.
Just was talking to the guys after the game. I told them what we're going to do now. We're going to go back. We're going to try and get involved in more tournaments and play locally around the area much more to try and improve the skills. And we'll be back. Definitely we'll be back. God's help and the grace of our principal, we'll be back next year to compete again.
That's a good thing. For ZNS Total Sports, I'm Charles Fisher.
Well, the Nassau Open Bowling Championships taking place this week at Mario's. 3 rounds are in the books, and both the men's and ladies divisions down to their version of the final 4. In men's play, Lee Davis has led from start to finish, and he currently holds a 211 average. Stornath Lockhart, he is second at even 200. Tyrone Pyfrom, third at 194. Richie Pyfrom, he rounds out the top 4 at 192. On the ladies' side, Driscoll Roll, she held on to her second round lead, sits on top of the 167 average, that is. Monique Miller second at 161. The third spot belongs to Betsy Taylor at 152. Janice Hoyt in fourth at 151. The remaining bowlers are all in action tonight, taking part in a 3-game knockout series. The top 2 in each division will play for their respective divisions championship on Sunday. And just one final reminder, the new Thomas A. Robinson National Stadium opens tomorrow. It promises to be a cultural experience second to none. Gates open at 3 p.m. and you are expected to be seated by 6 p.m. And that will do it for sports. Once again, I'm Jonathan Benson. Stay tuned. Your weather forecast still to come.